politicians and public praise for Nurul bravery. Hello and good afternoon. I'm Mohamed Carlos and you're watching news on 2. The Prime Minister turned Dr. Mahathir Mohamed arrived at Busan's Gimhae Air Base yesterday to attend the ASEAN-South Korea Commemorative Summit 2019, which begins today. The special aircraft carrying the Malaysian Premier and wife Tun Dr. Siti Hasmah Muhammad Ali touched down at the airport at 7:20 p.m. local time Sunday. Now, on hand to welcome him at the airport were Korea's Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs, Lee Tae-ho, and South Korean Ambassador to Malaysia, Lee Chi-byum. Foreign Minister Dato Saifuddin Abdullah and Ambassador of Malaysia to Korea, Dato Muhammad Asri Muda, were also present. Besides attending the commemorative summit, Tun Dr. Mahathir's itinerary in Korea comprises a long list of events, meetings and media interviews, including a dialogue session at the CEO Summit of 2019, Invest ASEAN, and ASEAN South Korea Startup Expo. While in Busan, the Prime Minister will also take the opportunity to visit the Korea Aerospace Industry, or KAI, Hyundai Rotem Changwon Factory and Samsung Heavy Industries Gyeoje Shipyard for a tour of Petronas's floating liquefied natural gas, PFLNG-2. Tun Dr. Mahathir is also scheduled to have a dialogue session with the ASEAN South Korea industry chiefs at Busan Exhibition and Convention Center, Bexco. The fifth witness of the 1MDB audit tampering case, Nurul Mohamed, was the talk of the town after making her confession of secretly recording a meeting linked to the alleged alteration of the report. Well, her bravery as a civil servant was praised not only by politicians, but also by the rakyat. Now, Perak Menteri Besar Dato Sri Ahmad Faisal Azumu said he hoped for the state civil servants could take her as an example in carrying out their duty for the country and its rakyat. On the other hand, Setiawangsa MP Nick Ahmad described Nurul as an example of responsible, transparent and brave Muslim heroine. Special Officer to the Prime Minister Adam Mukhriz Mahayedin via his social media said Salwani did what she had to do despite having big risk in a situation where she could not fight those who abuse their powers. Meanwhile, graphic artist Fahmi Reza produced a graphic for Nurul with word captions "Brave Against Corruption," which has been shared by social media users, including Deputy Women, Family and Community Development Minister Hannah Yeoh. Nurul brave action helped maintain the proof that the audit report was tampered before it was presented to the Public Account Committee, or PAC. While previously she was ordered to destroy all 60 copies of the report to avoid any leak of information. The document is now being presented as one of the proofs in the 1MDB audit tampering trial against Dato Sri Najib Tun Razak. Only 11 of the 80 opposition members of parliament, or MPs, had declared their assets to the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, MACC, while the rest of them have not made any asset declaration. MACC Deputy Chief Commissioner for Prevention, Dato Samsun Baharin Muhammad Jamil, said the MACC will ensure all declaration of assets will be completed by the end of this year. Baharin said the MACC will view the list of declaration after receiving all copies from the opposition MPs.
Apa yang telah dipersetujui antara SPM, Parlimen dan juga GICC, kita akan memaparkan apabila kita menerima keseluruhan declaration of asset atau pemeriksaan harta daripada semua wakil-wakil ataupun ahli-ahli parlimen. Sebab apa pun yang kita sebutkan sebelum ini, tugas SPM adalah untuk menyediakan platformnya. Jadi selagi kita belum menerima kesemuanya, kita tidak akan paparlah. Dan juga ada perkara yang kita selaraskan antara SPRM, GICC dan juga Parlimen.
Well, meanwhile, the Terengganu MACC is still investigating the corruption case of a senior police officer. The Terengganu MACC Director Muhammad Zaki Hassan said current results of the investigation showed only related individuals had been involved in the case. The senior police officer was released on MACC bail on Sunday.
Siasatan kita masih teruskan sebelum dikemukakan kepada Timbalan Pendakwa Raya untuk keputusan.
Mohamed Zaki was met during the MACC appreciation ceremony at Kuala Terengganu MACC headquarters. Previously, a senior police officer from the Terengganu Contingent Police Headquarters was arrested. The officer was remanded for 6 days to assist a corruption case involving 80,000 ringgit. Well, the Health Ministry will look into increasing the number of enforcement staff to monitor the enforcement of smoking bans at public places, especially all restaurants nationwide, effective 1st January 2020. Its Deputy Minister, Dr. Lee Boon Chye, said as of now, the ministry has about 5,000 enforcement officers nationwide. However, the ministry expects a shortage of staff in the rural areas. Well, according to Dr. Lee, the ministry will scrutinize the matter from all aspects to ensure sufficient manpower are in place when the ban comes into effect on 1st January. Besides that, he added that the awareness campaign to educate the people in rural areas on the side effects of smoking as well as on the ban will be enhanced. On another matter, Dr. Lee also noted that the ministry has no power to implement alcohol ban on road users who drive under the influence of alcohol. Well, he said that jurisdiction falls under the local government and the Road Transport Department, RTD. Depression-related indicators are accessible online, making it easier for adolescents aged 13 to 17-year-olds with suicidal tendency to identify their stress levels. The indicators pointed out that more students are experiencing some form of depression and are seeking for help. Nevertheless, parents' awareness on this are still very low. Befrienders KL chairman Justin Victor said parents are not playing their role when their children have been identified with symptoms of depression by seeking professional help such as psychologists or psychiatrists.
Either there's a little bit of lack of understanding of the parents that sometimes these things need professional help. The other is maybe other kinds of concerns the parents may have about how they will look to other people, you know.
Patron of Befrienders KL, Tan Sri Leelamthai, meanwhile hopes that NGOs could play their role in raising awareness among parents on the importance of mental health.
There are many, NGOs in the country which they perform, various tasks, the responsibilities. And one of the things I think they need to do is also to plan out some programs, engagement with the community, engagement with parents, to also explain to the parents about the importance of minda sihat, very important.
Earlier, they both launched a book entitled Anda Boleh Bantu Cegah Bunuh Diri in Petaling Jaya. 75 million ringgit has been spent to develop the Basic Goods 100 program, also known as BA 100, which is aimed to reduce the living costs and help reduce the burden of consumers. Entrepreneur Development Minister Dato Sri Muhammad Rezwan Mad Yusof said the expenditure was from the Entrepreneur Development Agency's Revolving Capital Fund. The BA 100 program was agreed by National Cost of Living Action Council, who appointed Angkatan Koperasi Kebangsaan Malaysia Berhad Angkasa as executor. Among the goods listed in the program are rice, cooking oil, sugar, soap and vegetables that offer 18 to 25% discount, which is lower than the market price.
Infrastruktur ini mewujudkan contohnya menggunakan kaedah e-commerce, mengadakan central POS, POS, payment online system, dan juga mewujudkan rantaian logistik untuk usahawan-usahawan lain, dan juga menggunakan premis yang sedia ada lebih kurang berapa oleh koperasi-koperasi ini. Ada 200 premis, kalau tak ada kita tambah dengan membangunkan usahawan, dan saya harap dia ada multiplier effect.
The Pioneer program was launched during the Ramadan month and has been receiving positive response from the consumers. The duties of Temerloh Member of Parliament, Dato Muhammad Anwar Tahir, will be taken over by Parliament Coordinator with support from government and Amanah Machinery. Amanah President Muhammad Sabu said Dato Muhammad Anwar, who is also the Secretary General of the party, will return to work once he is well and healthy. Mohamed Sabu said he feels disappointed with the wild accusations from certain quarters on the Deputy Works Minister that went viral on social media recently.
Doktor minta dia berehat dahulu dan kerja-kerja parlimen ini dibuat oleh pihak penyelaras dengan sokongan jentera kerajaan dan juga jentera parti. Tak bolehlah orang itu bila dia uzur, kita tak bolehlah cakap komen-komen yang tak baik. Kita doakan supaya dia selamat. Berlaku kepada parti lawan kita pun begitu. Kalau berlaku uzuran dan sebagainya, kita dalam pengajaran nama kita kalau Rasulullah Yahudi sakit pun dia ziarah. Itu tak bolehlah bila musuh kita sakit kita mempermainkan.
Mohamed Sabu was speaking after officiating the 4th Pahang Amanah Convention in Green Park Hotel, Temerloh. 118 representatives from Pahang attended the convention, including Pahang Amanah Chairman Dr. Hamzah Jafar and his deputy Syed Hamid Syed Mohamed. Mohamed Sabu said he was satisfied with development of the convention, which was the second last state convention before Sabah that will be held on 30th November. The 2019 National Amanah Convention will be held in Shah Alam on 6th December. Well, sadly, 16 individuals were left with only clothes on their backs after fire razed their two-story rental house in Kampung Padang Hiliran, Kuala Terengganu last night. Now, the fire had completely burned down the 21-room semi-detached house. And Kuala Terengganu Fire and Rescue Operations Commander Mohamed Shahri said the department received a distress call at about 7:30 p.m. before dispatching 4 fire engines with 20 personnel to the scene. Mohamed Shahri said the fire had already spread to about 60% of the building by the time the firemen arrived at the scene. Well, he said strong winds caused the fire to spread faster, and it took firemen about an hour to put the blaze out. Now, the cause of the fire was still under investigation. Well, that concludes this afternoon's edition of News on 2. Our top story: politicians and public praise Nur Salwani's bravery. We'll be back at 7 this evening for more updates on happenings here and around the world. Till then, I'm Mohamed Carlos. Good afternoon, everybody.